Day, May 24th, closing bell for East Coast sports investors. I am your, for the evening, solo host, Riley Magnuson. And as far as today's show is concerned, this is going to be even quicker and shorter and sweeter than usual because we have no NBA tonight. If you've been following along, I know at the very least, I know Jeff and Andrew McGinnis talked before I did about at least tonight's game and everything else in the hockey world. So if you're looking for any thoughts on tonight's hockey game or anything just in the NHL in general, go back about an hour and a half or so, obviously down on Jeff's Twitter page or on the YouTube, and you can find some thoughts and conversations about NHL and an NHL game tonight, because I probably will not be able to give too much more to you here on this show, but we've got no basketball tonight. As far as tonight, we will be breaking down the handful of MLB games that are left. There already is some of the tank, one I think in the 10th inning going on right now, and then maybe 7 or 8 baseball games still left to talk about, and that is mostly what we'll get into as far as maybe a little recap of yesterday as well. But then if you're looking for some thoughts on the Charles Schwab Challenge and then maybe a little recap of the PGA Championship, Jeff and Brady Cannon will be on at 6 Eastern Time, 5 my time, 6 Eastern Time to talk about everything in the golf world. Like I said, this weekend is the Charles Schwab Challenge. Still a very good field this weekend, despite 1 week after the major. I know Scotty Scheffler is the favorite for that one, and then I'm drawing a blank on who the other names at the top in the favorite list are, but there's plenty of big names in that one. So definitely a show you that is worth watching this evening in an hour and a half or so. And then I do believe, I know it was on the schedule, don't know for sure if it got completed, Jeff and Pop DiBiase this morning. Yes, they did. They were able to talk this morning. So that is fantastic. And then we'll have some more stuff coming down the pipe tomorrow. But getting into today's show, going back to yesterday, the NBA series that is remaining, Miami and Boston. If you listened to yesterday's show about this time, I told you I was on the Boston Celtics to extend it to Game 5, and that is exactly what they did. Pulled away there in the second half and the fourth quarter, especially there. So got the job done for us there. So congrats to anyone who tailed along with us. They will be back in Boston tomorrow night for Game 5. I'm seeing a current line right now of -8 in favor of the Celtics. So depending on where you're sitting with that one, interested to see what we're looking at tomorrow evening as far as the thoughts for that game. And whether or not we will see a Game 6 or if that is going to be the conclusion of that series, setting up the potential Nuggets and Heat final there. But not saying the Celtics are coming all the way back from 3-0, but not down and out yet. They've obviously had a lot of good basketball these last couple of years and appeared to have plenty left in the tank last night. So without further ado, we will dive into tonight's MLB slate and then probably get out of here in under 20 minutes, if I'm being so honest with you, because we've got 4 games already in the tank. Minnesota 7-1 over San Francisco, Milwaukee 4-0 over Houston, Texas 3-2 over Pittsburgh, and my White Sox taking the 2 out of 3 games against Cleveland. 2 huge wins in a row to win that series against a division rival. Take out that 10-game losing streak. Obviously, coulda, woulda, shoulda, but White Sox trying to chip away a little bit at this deficit that they have put themselves in the AL Central. But I digress. As far as tonight's game is concerned, starting 5:40 my time, 6:40 Eastern time, Toronto and Tampa Bay. Obviously, last night Toronto 20-1 victory over the Rays was, I believe that one was the one where on paper I would have been very wrong. My gut was telling me that maybe it was not as true as what my on paper was telling me, so I stayed far away from it. But Barrios obviously was fine, and the Blue Jays offense obviously took it to Tampa Bay there. So tonight we've got Kikuchi and McClanahan on the mound. Another interesting matchup in this one. Obviously, with McClanahan on one side of things, he is coming off of a kind of a bounce-back start after 4 earned runs allowed. He was 7 innings, 6 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 7 Ks last time out against Milwaukee. Whereas Kikuchi, honestly, Kikuchi's had a handful of really good starts, a couple of blemishes a little bit here and there. But last two, 4 earned runs allowed and 3 earned runs allowed, not getting through 5 innings in either of those two starts against Atlanta and Baltimore. Now getting Tampa Bay in a spot where they've split this series so far. This is game 3 of this series. But obviously, tough to back a team 2 days in a row that just scored 20 runs. And obviously with McClanahan, I would like it to be a little longer odds. But obviously, I mean, Kikuchi's no scrub. He's not fantastic. But minus 180 against this Blue Jays team. It is at home with McClanahan, so I would like it to be longer. I'm going to go ahead and say this one stays under 8. Blue Jays don't really score, but the Rays don't do much to Kikuchi. I could see Kikuchi having a nice start here for Toronto. So I'm going to say a kind of a 3-2, 4-3 tops conclusion in this one. So I'm going to lean towards the under in that one. St. Louis and Cincinnati. Don't know too much about Lively in this situation. You got Matz and Lively for St. Louis and Cincinnati. Game number 3 out of this series out of 4. Split so far between these two teams here. And as far as Matz is concerned, 0 earned runs in his last time out, 4 2/3, 6 hits, 1 unearned run, 2 walks and 6 Ks there. So he's kind of been the Matz that we know for the most part, kind of been back and forth. Nothing special, nothing fantastic, nothing terrible. And then Lively in his on his side of things, 31-year-old, hasn't been in the league since 2019. Now 2023 here. This is his 4th outing. Hasn't been bad by any means, so maybe this is the time where this will be his 4th outing. As I mentioned, 3 innings, no runs, 2 1/3 inning, 1 run, to 5 2/3, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 8 Ks against the Yankees. So I could absolutely, I'm kind of leaning towards a total of 10.5 in this one. I am strongly leaning on some ridiculous regression for Lively there. Cardinals team total, tough to even find plus money, give you a flat 6. So, it is tougher to get into this one. I honestly, I don't have a lot of favorite run lines to go that I go off of, but if you can get plus money on the run line unless you really think they get over a touchdown, which I absolutely think they could. This one could be an ugly one for Lively here. I'm a little apprehensive to go into the run line just because it wouldn't shock me if Matz was not anything special today, so I am a little hesitant there as far as the Cardinals. But I think Cardinals offense should be fantastic today against Lively. It would be my prediction there. So if you want to go run line, you want to go team total, that is 100% on you to choose. Tough to even get plus money on a first 5 line or anything like that. So let's see if I can find any first 5 team totals here. If we can get a first 5 team total at plus money, I am going to be all in there. My senses are telling me that we might not be so lucky. Let's see. First 5 there. Team total runs. Now I'm struggling to find it. Over 5.5 on DraftKings here. Minus 130 for the Cardinals there. As far as the team total first 5 runs, over 2.5 at minus 150. So they are not giving you anything at all. Through 7 runs, over 4.5 is plus money there. So making it very difficult to get into this one if you're thinking what I'm thinking with this Cardinals offense. But all signs point to a huge day for this Cardinals offense. So pick and choose what you'd like to, what you would prefer to do out of this one if you're liking what I'm putting down. If you love Matz today, then, this should be a blowout here. But not quite sure what to expect out of Matz there. Moving on to Baltimore and New York here. Yankees hosting the Orioles for, I believe this is game 3 out of this one. Game 2, sorry. Yankees win 6-5 yesterday. They are rolling right now. Orioles, 6-5, hard-fought game. Playing well coming into this series here, but Yankees obviously get the win. Minus 165 at open, down to about minus 142. As far as the pitching match out of this one, Tyler Wells for Baltimore, 3 earned run in his last time out. He's got some really good starts, some so-so starts. But at the end of the day, he's been pretty solid. 3-1 record, 2.94 ERA. Up against Cortez, who has been kind of back and forth a little bit. This month, 3 starts, 2 earned runs, 6 earned runs, then back to 2 earned runs allowed. So don't really have a feel for where old Nestor Cortez is here. I expect him to kind of be a little ho-hum for the most part there, but kind of leaning towards Baltimore in this one. I guess I'm staying away from it because with that opening number kind of telling you maybe leaning towards the Yankees there. So I will stay away from this one. And my heart is kind of telling me Baltimore, but that's really all it is on this one. So I'm going to skip past this one a little bit more than what I'm putting down there. Going to Dodgers and Braves, Gonsolin and Elder. Out of this one here as I try to pull it up. Gonsolin, obviously, I always talk about Gonsolin. You basically pencil him in for 5 innings and no more than 1 or 2 runs. I mean, the guy is like clockwork. Last 2 out, 5 innings each. 2 hits, only 1 hit last time out. Few walks last time out, but scattered him and got out of danger. No earned runs in each of his last. Actually, no earned runs in each of his last 3. The third one back had some unearned runs, but last 2, no runs allowed at all. 4-0 victory, 5-0 victory against San Diego and St. Louis, his last 2 out. And against Elder here, Bryce Elder, he is a fairly young guy, second year here, but has been pitching since the start of the season here, and he's been really, really good for the most part here. Actually very, very good. Could be due for some regression at some point, especially against an experienced team like this Dodgers team. But then you pull it up, and the Dodgers are about plus 100 on the money line. So this one, as much as I would like the Dodgers in this one, I would like it if they were honestly the favorite in the first 5, which they aren't. I'm a little wishy-washy in this one. I am kind of expecting some Elder regression. I respect Gonsolin too much. I have no interest in going against Gonsolin here. But the odds aren't really suggesting that I am what I'm putting down on paper at the least here. So I'm going to tread lightly on this one. The game total at 9.5 kind of tells you that someone's going to have some regression here, whether it's Gonsolin or Elder. I don't know. Like I said, my heart is telling me Elder, but at the end of the day, this one is scared me a little bit here. So I guess you can. Someone's going to have a big number here. I just don't know exactly who it's going to be. So moving on here to the Mets and Cubs, we get Senga here tonight against Stroman. Senga, I do believe. I had him when I was doing my notes yesterday. He was listed as the starter yesterday. He gets pushed to today. His last time out, 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, but 12 strikeouts on 104 pitches against Tampa Bay. So he was really good last time out, obviously. And Stroman, 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 4 Ks, and a bounce-back situation there. And Stroman's been really good. A guy that I've been waiting on some regression, but the regression's been coming in those bad single starts. So not necessarily saying that's going to happen here today. I honestly don't. I think you could see a pretty solid pitching matchup here. The over-under is a little interesting. It's at a flat 7 for the most part there. So I really don't know what to expect out of this one. I've been expecting too much regression from Stroman to say I like the Cubs here, but it really would not surprise me at all if the Cubs got this one done somehow. I think this could be a kind of a 4-3 kind of drama towards the end of the game, and either one of these teams is going to have a chance to win this game. So I'll say 4-3 either way, and I don't really have a lean on who I think is going to actually get it done there. So let's see. I'll skip over Detroit and Kansas City there. Miami and Colorado. Alcantara and Kaufman here. I believe last time Kaufman pitched, I talked about him a little bit. That was his debut. Carl Kaufman, 25-year-old. Did not go great. 4 1/3, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 5 total, one of them unearned. Home run allowed, 2 walks, and 4 Ks at Texas. This time he is home for Miami and Sandy Alcantara. Sandy has not been very good lately in his case at over here in Miami. His last 2, I mentioned it last time I was talking about him. Second most recent start, 7 2/3, 6 earned runs allowed, but it all came crashing down towards the end. Last time out, though, 5 2/3, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 5 Ks. So just not quite as sharp as he was last year here. And here on the road against the Rockies, I've been calling for this Rockies team to be a lot better at home. Got 2 wins here against the Marlins so far, 5-3, 5-4 wins. So I'm going to back off of this one with Sandy Alcantara on the mound, but I don't want to say it's too good to be true. because it is in Colorado here. But just tread lightly on this one. I wouldn't be diving headfirst into a Sandy Alcantara start the way he's pitching right now. So I really could kind of put this one as a toss-up, and at the end of the day, maybe I liked another swing with the Rockies, but at this point, you kind of missed the boat on taking the Rockies in the first two games of this series. I do believe these two will play one more tomorrow, so this isn't the end of the series, but would feel better if you got the money in and out if you're back in the home team rocks the last 2 days as opposed to today. Not trying to predict. Honestly, with Kauffman on the mound, that's what is suggesting to me that I would feel more comfortable if this was, minus 200 or better with Alcantara and the Marlins in town, but you never know what you're going to get out of Kauffman, and I still don't have enough confidence in Alcantara yet, though, as far as that game is concerned. So a couple more. I'm going to skip over Oakland and Seattle, actually. So last one up, Boston and the Angels. Paxton versus Anderson. Both these guys, Paxton has been pretty darn solid in the two starts that he has appeared here for the Red Sox in his first season with the Red Sox. Did not pitch at all last year, but so far 2 starts, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 9 strikeouts against St. Louis. Last time out, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, a solo homer, 2 walks, 5 Ks. So Paxton has been pretty damn solid so far. Despite his experience as far as pitching in Seattle for as long as he did, has not seen this Angels lineup, the guys in this Angels lineup as much as you might expect. Trout, he's got good numbers against Mike Trout, though, if that does anything for you. But Tyler Anderson on the other side of the mound has not been very good. A little steadier these last few times, 3 earned runs or less in his last 4 outs. So he is steadying a little bit there, but kind of would suggest to me that this one might be due for some regression back to actually giving up more than those 3 earned runs are concerned there. So I'm staying away from Paxton because at some point he will regress. But the Red Sox team total, if you can find a flat 5 at plus money, that's where I would go personally. And even if you can find, I guess if you can find an over 2.5 first 5 at plus money, that I honestly might be really enjoying that one as well there. So I guess that's where I would go with the Red Sox's first 5 team total against Anderson there. I'll lean towards the Red Sox getting the win, but again, would not surprise me if we're seeing a Paxton regression start there. So aside from that, that is just about it for today. Phillies end up getting the win in the 10th inning against Arizona there, and we've got nothing starting for a couple of hours here. So I know I was short and sweet, but no NBA today, so a little bit of recap at the start of the show if that's what you're looking for. But aside from that, thank you all for stopping by. I will not be here tomorrow, but I do believe I will be around Friday afternoon talking about Friday's slate. But until then, thank you all for stopping by. Appreciate everyone stopping by this week if I don't see you again. But at the end of the day, stay responsible, stay true to yourself, and best of luck if you're doing anything tonight. Thank you all for stopping by. I will see y'all later.